I do have some little half square triangles that are from Stitch and Flip stuff that I've been doing that I'm going to trim down in between him handing me stuff. So that's what I'll be doing in the corner. You won't be able to really see what I'm doing over here, but that's what I'm going to be doing. Why does it never show up that we started for me so I can see the chat going? It's
did you fix the commercial thing?
No, I think it's set up on what it was before because I forgot.
Okay,
so unfortunately,
Sean, next week I'm gonna give you a call, and you're just gonna tell me how to do it because apparently, my wife is not 100% sure how to get it done.
Well, he sent me screenshots. It's just, you know, me and tech, like, it should have been figured out, but me and tech do not get along.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to trim. You know what you're doing, right? Because we chatted about it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I need to put these pieces right side together so that when they become triangles, they're all facing the same direction.
You're trying to flip it and, lay it on. I don't...
Do that.
You got to just be okay with them going in different directions. Some of your trees are falling and some of them are upright.
Like that? No.
I don't think you'll be... Maybe there's a way.
Yeah, there is. I just need to get it right like this. Nope. It'll be there, I promise. I'm going to get it right. Or maybe I won't. That's because I drew the triangle, but I drew it the wrong way.
No, you can, either way you draw it, I just don't think you're going to be able to get them both going in the direction you want.
We'll see. Yeah, that's what I needed to have done. So I need to change the line on this one. See?
Christina, what do you mean, where is Matthew? He's here. Are you picking on his little shaved face?
Yeah.
So, hi, Sean. Hi, Becca. Hi, Amy. Hi, Christina. I'm going to miss some people. Katie Crafts. Oh, Katie, I saw you over in Becca's video, which Becca's video that went up today is amazing. If you did not watch it, you need to go check it out. Preferably when we're done here, but if you need to find it right away, I guess you can watch us on replay too. But she did a video giving tips on binding, and it was really, really good. I think Amy had a video go, I don't know how recent it was, but I just watched her video on quick quilts, and that one was really good too. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Amy, but I think it was your husband who was displaying all your quilts behind you, and that was really funny. Hi, Deidre, Terry, Julie.
Nobody's late. We just started. Okay.
If anyone's ever late, it's going to be us.
The rest
of you are fine.
The red line is my sew line, right?
Yes.
And then, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
But just remember to go 1/4 inch on each side of that line.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, you drew new lines?
I had to in order to get the trees lined up properly.
Oh, so that did work for you?
Yeah, there's obviously a way to do it. It just...
Well, it's not obvious to me. I just go with however it ends up being. Hi, Jane.
Yeah. So, okay. My only question is, how do I know that I'm going, because I've got my line here. I'm basically...
It looks like you're about to stitch on the line, though.
No.
You want the side of the foot to be along the line.
I was going this way.
Oh, you're on the other side of it? Okay.
Yeah, left-handed thing, I guess.
Oh, I guess maybe.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
No,
right?
It doesn't.
But
it's just, to me, from here, it looked like you were going to be sewing right
if I'm on the line, then obviously I can sew on the line. But if I'm not sewing on the line, how do I know that I'm going straight? Is it just eyeballing this line?
Well, you're going to watch the side of the presser foot to make sure it's on the line you drew.
Sorry, everyone. This is my anal retentive needing to be perfect coming out. So I'm just trying to figure it out because I want it to be perfect. Speaking of which, Jane, I see you in the chat. Hope everything's well. I haven't checked. So I have started sending out prototypes. I think I've sent out 8 now. So if you were on the list of people who wanted to be prototype testers, There's a bunch, so it's going to take me a while to work through them all. But I've started sending out some prototypes. Jane, I know I sent you one, and wanted to know if you've received it yet. I don't want you to tell anyone what it is, because people may hate it. Although the feedback we've gotten so far has been good. But just wanted to know if you've received it yet. So let me know. Yes, Amy, I'm ambidextrous. Growing up, I was left-handed for most stuff. Some sports stuff I did right-handed, but I was essentially left-handed growing up. And then when I got injured in the military, I couldn't use my left hand for about 1.5 years, 2 years. I don't remember how long it was, but I had 5 or 6 different surgeries after some stuff went down. And so I couldn't ever use my left hand.
It was not my fault.
No, it's not your fault. And so I had to learn to be right-handed, and so then I learned to do everything with my right hand, which I think was a little bit easier, because when I was young, I would write with both hands anyway. So anyway, I'm now fully ambidextrous, and I can do whatever I need to with either hand. Oh, awesome, Becca. So Becca got her prototype, and she says she loves it, so that's good. Deidre, I think I have you on the list, but if not, you will be put on.
So Becca, she is going to show it in her live, and I don't know if she plans to show it, or if she plans to just have it in the video and see if anybody points it out and talk about it. But I'm excited to watch her live to see if anybody notices it or what people think of it.
And yes, I have this on the turtle setting because I am not a maniac. So I apologize if it looks ridiculous, but this is how I roll when it comes to sewing stuff. And how do I do the cut thing again? So I've done that. I push this up.
No, leave that down.
Oh, shit. Okay. What do I do now?
And then just tap the front of the front.
That is the front.
Well, toward you.
That's...
back then. I don't know.
Yikes. Okay. Then what?
Well, now you have to lift the foot up to pull it out.
Well, sorry, everyone.
You've been sewing before.
I
Did you
have,
forget?
but it was a long day today.
Hi, Glenda.
So, Jonna, the prototypes that have been sent out are under lock and key right now because I want to make sure people actually like them before we sell them. It would be really silly to sell something that everyone ends up hating. So I can't say what they are, although Becca is going to display one of them on Friday, so that one will obviously be cat out of the back there.
That one's good. You didn't really need to send out prototypes of that one because I liked it. But I think he's kind of where I'm going to say yes to everything that he makes because he made it. Of course, I'm going to like it. It's kind of like when I show him quilts that I make. He's not going to be like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, it's learning stuff when you're younger is much easier. I was not pleased with having to learn how to use my right hand for everything that I had used my left hand for. When I was 20, how old was I? 21, I think. So I joined the Marines when I was 17. I got injured when I was 21 because it was on my birthday. Yeah, so. Yeah, so anyway, so everyone, just in case you were wondering, I did a stitch. So yay.
Well, there's a few stitches there.
Oh, okay. Well, I did a line. Let's go with that. That actually sounds really bad. I did a line.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I didn't even know.
When I was living and working in Colombia, I never did a line.
I hope that's, like, because you kind of said it in a sarcastic tone.
Yeah. Okay, I may have to move up a little. Okay, I'm gonna go like one click, like half a click, because that was painful. Okay.
You're already a pro. Moving it on up.
Yeah. Okay. Sean says, oh, Deidre. Okay, good. Okay, here you go.
Oh, you're already ready for me. I got to move everything.
I know.
Now.
So.
Oh, we have a few things.
Yeah, and I will apologize in advance. Like, we never want this live or any of our videos to come off as infomercials. But there are certain things that I love to make, and I just haven't had time to. So, in addition to the prototypes that we'll talk about at some point, I really enjoy making these seam ripper stiletto combos. This one's made out of canary wood.
Where did the slide lock go?
Oh, I took it from you because I
I was like, I thought I put it over
So this I made on my lathe. Well, I used 8 different tools to do it. But point is, it's a seam ripper stiletto. It's got a seam ripper on this side that clicks in, and then a stiletto on this side. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is canary wood. It's one of my favorite woods because it's very pretty. These will be up on the website at some point in the future. We're trying to get stuff on the website that people can give as gifts. And I think these are really fun because everyone needs them. I use these all the time, and I use them in my shop. Like, I don't even use them for sewing stuff. They're really good at...
Oh, sorry. I put them in there because I didn't want them to get banged up.
I use it for all sorts of crazy stuff. But they're fun. And I think I've got 10 different woods that I have to make them out of. So they'll be available in all sorts of cool stuff. So that'll be fun.
And we were wanting to see if anybody would notice the new decor piece in here.
Northern Ireland. Welcome, Marin. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I love Ireland and Northern Ireland. Nice to see you. Okay, so what I have to do here is make sure that my trees are going to be in the same... Nope, not that way. I think that's the one. Nope, that's opposite.
I don't know how you got these trees to line up correctly because
that's how I
directional fabric for me, it's just going to lay where it lays. I don't, like, it can all go in different directions. If I'm doing something like half square triangles, it is going to be how it is.
May I have the slide lock? Because I need to redo all my lines because I wasn't paying attention.
It's almost like we
didn't prepare.
Yeah.
But we did, I promise. I drew lines on these earlier, but I didn't think about the directional aspect of the trees until, obviously, it was too late. So.
But see, this is what I was trying to tell you. You're going to have to spend a lot of time to make, like, the point of the tree, or whatever color. You have the white, like...
Oh, I didn't think about that. But, okay, well, we'll figure it out as we go.
But those are done for you.
Yes.
Ooh, Christina saw it.
Oh.
I guess it would look like a snowflake if
it does. Okay. So, I did speed it up, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, you sped it up again?
No, I sped it up once.
Oh.
I'm not a maniac. I may have to go faster. This is too slow for me now.
See, you're gonna be on the rabbit soon.
I don't know about that. Let's hold your horses. Or rabbits in this case. I want a speed where I feel like I can control it if it goes out of whack, but I don't want to be here all night doing this either. Like, I'm happy to be on the live all night. I just don't want to take so much time. Okay, so we're going to just go crazy. We're going to go mid-speed here. See how that works.
Okay, so I'm really curious about this. I know last week we had... we talked a lot of our talking question things were Christmas related. And at first I wasn't going to do Christmas related again in here, but I know it's really early. We had our Christmas lights put up. What's the matter?
I think I'm out of...
Oh, your top thread came out.
What does that mean?
The thread that's just hanging up there.
Oh, no.
So we had our person come and put up our lights because I don't want him up on a ladder doing it. It freaks me out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do it. To be fair, though, our roof line is... We don't live in a castle, so I don't want to make it seem really cool, but our roof lines are very similar to a castle in that there's like 15 different peaks all over the place.
There's
so
not like a safe flat spot to really go. No, it's not really even that. It's just that we don't have time to put them up.
Oh, so I can do it then?
Huh?
Next year?
If you want to. I'm not going to be outside while you do it. You'll have to have Hunter because he doesn't have like the freak out mentality I have. But honestly, we don't have time to put them up. But we have such a variety of lights that go up around here. Like people have I really like the candy cane ones, the red and white. Then some people do the the multicolor. Then there's white lights and the warm white lights, the bright white lights. So I was just wondering, what kind of Christmas lights do you like best? Do you like the multicolor? Do you like the white lights? What do you prefer?
I
like multicolor, but we get the warm white put up on our house because he prefers the...
I like the bright white. I like the soft white if that's all you're going to do. But if I had my druthers, we would do a combo of bright white and the red LEDs because I really like the way that looks.
Yeah, I do too.
So since people are asking, I will just show this here. This is not, it's not really meant to have been a snowflake. It is it's a quilt block, it's a star block. I guess it does look like a snowflake. So I guess you could call it a snowflake, but it is, so I made this, obviously I didn't make this bottom piece, but last year my wife got me for Christmas here, let me hold it up here, probably better. Got me one of these from an aviation company, and it's one of my favorite planes of all time. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I wonder if I could make those. So I bought some bases just to try it out, and this was the first one I made, which was just a basic star block that my wife liked. And then...
But you have to see the other one. I'm so excited to have it in here.
Yeah, maybe. Then I made this one also, which is, as you can tell, my wife's logo. Oh, I didn't push it all the way in. So, yeah, it's kind of fun. This will probably be something we sell in the sense that I can customize these and do whatever. And they look cool. So, there you go.
I'm excited to have it. And both of them are so cute, so I'll probably switch them out since they just can pop out of there and you can have either one. Amy. That's funny. So it's funny because they haven't done it except for that one year the neighbors across from us were in their backyard. It looked like that where there was just a ton of different lights everywhere, all different colors. It looked like they let their grandkids come just put lights everywhere. But I don't think it was just 1 year that it was like that, wasn't it?
It was last year, yeah. So they had in their backyard on their property for the trees that we could see. They had just straight purple lights on one tree that were like the LED, like the bright ones. Then they had incandescent like red, green, and white, and it's the ones where like the white sort of looks orangey because it's incandescent. They had like orange, they had blue. I mean, it was literally every color of the rainbow, and there was no rhyme or reason to how they did it. And it was different types of lights, LEDs versus.
It was everywhere.
I don't know what happened.
I did not like the way it but it always made me laugh every time I walked by there. So I guess like it brought joy in its own way.
It did. It was just like, what are you guys doing here? So.
Okay, you're going too fast. I'm not able to get any of mine trimmed.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Let's slow that back down for you.
No, I don't want to do that. It did look like a Clark Griswold light extravaganza, Jonna.
Do you need this the slide lock to draw a line, or are you good?
No, we're good. I was being dumb earlier because obviously I can just rotate the bottom fabric instead of having to redraw it. I don't know what I was thinking. What was our first question? Oh, favorite soup. What is everyone's favorite soup? This is an interesting one because my wife hates soup generally. Like, there's like 2 days a year that she will eat, at least in Texas.
It has to be cold enough for me to eat a soup.
So, what is your favorite soup, babe?
It's like a good tomato soup.
Oh, like
probably.
the one from the Dirty Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, Danelle. I don't know if I saw her in the chat. I feel like I did. If you're in the chat, Danelle, you need to go to the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe, which is on Kirchville Avenue in Grosse Pointe Farms, which is where we used to live.
You're about to sew that wrong. Did you already sew one side?
No.
You don't have them right side together. Somebody
right.
said in the comments.
Thank you, whoever just saved me. Yorkie Mom, thank you. So anyway, if you're anywhere in the Detroit area, go to the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe in Grosse Pointe Farms. It is an amazing place. Their food is to die for, and they have the best tomato soup that you will ever find on the planet. Potato in a bread bowl, that's good. I love potato soup. It's French onion soup. I do enjoy a French onion. I think that French restaurant we went to for one of our anniversaries, I think I had a onion soup there, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I think it was there.
Taco soup, that's an interesting one. I've never had a taco soup.
Like it's like similar to like a like a chicken tortilla soup, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean it sounds good. I like tacos. Like who doesn't like tacos? I think my favorite soup is
You like doing that.
I love seafood, and so like a good lobster bisque is probably my favorite.
Yes, Christina has to have a grilled cheese with it. Why did I flip that back over? I need this side.
Oh, see, yeah, Katie's on my side. She loves lobster bisque as well.
Yeah, I can't with the seafood.
Yeah, my wife can't do seafood at all. It's sad.
This is how much I care about my kids, though. Today, my son wanted shrimp fried rice. And he usually makes it for him, like the shrimp part. But he was outside working. So I deveined shrimp today. And it was the first time I ever did it. And it was
did it well,
absolutely disgusting.
He said
he said he liked the shrimp, and I was like, I had no idea what I was doing, and I figured I cooked them way past the point of them needing to be cooked. But he's also really sweet, so he probably wouldn't have been too hard on me either way.
Oops. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Is your thread not in the needle again?
No, it is.
Lift up the foot. It looks like it's not in the, like...
What the... I need you to do that for me. I don't have the dexterity.
No, it's fine. I will.
I don't know what I'm doing, everyone, apparently.
Just hold, like, the thread before you start sewing so it doesn't pull out of it. I can't see if I... There we go.
Okay, so what do I need to do?
So, like, if you hold the thread kind of down before you start sewing, it'll keep it from getting pulled out of the needle.
Okay. Make sure. Yep. Okay, we're good. Broccoli cheddar is... So, broccoli cheddar in a bread bowl is amazing. And I used to live in San Francisco because that's where I'm from. There's a bunch of places on Pier 39... Used to be. I haven't been back to California since pre-COVID, where you could get any soup you wanted in a sourdough bread bowl that was fresh
I
made,
love
and they
a
were
good sourdough.
so good. Yeah, you could put probably any soup in a sourdough bread bowl.
You can't find a good sourdough here, though.
You cannot.
The one, like, at HEB is not very good. It has, like, a weird sour taste, not, like, a pleasant.
Oh, man, I screwed it up again.
Did it come out?
No, but I don't see the end of it.
Oh, because it's, like, when you cut it, it's just going to be short.
Oh, okay.
So lift up the foot and then you can kind of pull it longer if you need to make sure you hold it.
Look at that. These are tricks. I like tricks. Tricks are for kids. So
You know that knee bar next to you will raise it, right? The foot?
Yeah, that's what I've been using.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm doing my...
What do you think I was using?
Well, you can use the lever behind the sewing machine, too.
Chicken lemon rice. Oh, my God. I have not had that soup forever, but it is so good.
Where'd you have that?
They have them at like all the Coney Islands in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's so good.
I was like, where have you been that? Because I haven't had one in forever.
Yeah. It is delicious soup. All right. I'm just waiting on you now. Waiting on you.
Well, you can line up. You have a whole bunch here. You can start seeing what you have to line up.
Yeah, I can't do that. I need to take a drink because I'm very thirsty. Oh, welcome, James. So we are, we lived in Ann Arbor. It's where I went for law school, and we lived. We had a house in Ann Arbor. We had a house in Grosse Pointe Farms.
We didn't have them at the same time.
We did not. That is correct.
You make us sound like.
But yeah, no, I know exactly where Sterling Heights is. I have a friend who has a law firm there. But yeah, I do miss the Detroit area. We went back a couple months ago. We didn't get a chance to go to any Coney's because we were going to all of our other favorite restaurants. But it was a fun time. Yeah, Coney's are great. You can just go to a Coney, and they've got basically everything you could ever want, and it's always good. And it's like diner food, but in the best possible way. Like, I never got sick from a Coney. It's never too greasy. But man, such good stuff.
See, Becca, I had to point it out. We did not have the houses at the same. This was like we were in Ann Arbor when he was in law school, and and then you got a job in Detroit, and we moved and bought a house over there.
Yeah, although technically we bought our house in Texas before we sold our house in Grosse Pointe Farms.
Yeah, but we weren't there.
That's true. We weren't. Okay, so do you have I need something to measure because I don't know what size these are.
There's a measurement right on there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so I need a 4.5 by 10.5. That's probably this one. Oh, that's 8.5. Okay, so I need. My trees are white. I just got all sorts.
Sorry,
of
all of your half square triangles are trimmed now.
Okay. Deidre is originally from Houston. Well, we are in Houston, kind of. At least, Houston's an hour from Houston, so I guess we kind of...
Everywhere around here they say Houston.
Yeah.
And you're like, you see an ad for something on the TV, like, try out this new place that opened. It's in Houston. And we're like, oh, we should go. And then it's 2 hours away. What do we do?
Nothing. I was just... the marks on here are somewhat confusing. This is a centimeter on the top and inch on the bottom. And I'm like, wait. This is not 4.5 inches because it wasn't hitting the half marker, but it was... I got it.
Okay.
I was just confusing myself. Okay, so I got 4.5, and then I need 4.5 by 10.5. It may be 8 hours, Becca, but it's an 8-hour drive, totally worth it. What? It's like, why am I getting commercials? This is garbage.
Look, I do the best I can with this situation.
Yeah, I know.
Becca said she could help us too, because she said she's good at the tech stuff.
Okay, good. What is on the machine, James, is a pattern my wife designed, and this is...
Yeah, I printed it in black and white, so...
This is what it looks like. It's a Christmas tree quilt, and at least for right now, the tree on this one, which is white, is I'm using the white fabric, and then for the green, which you obviously can't see here, but the fabric around the tree is going to be blue. That's what I have chosen to do.
I should have put the quilt up back there, but I guess we did want to show the little thing you made me, the little light.
Yeah, so Becca, Ian is correct. Like, I'm not even joking. You could be in downtown Houston, drive for an hour and a half, and still be in Houston. Like, that's not even an exaggeration.
That's the joke around here, is like Houston is 2 hours from Houston.
Yeah, Baytown is on the other side of us. We're on the far west side. Baytown's on the east side, but... So... Yeah, Houston is ridiculous. I mean, I think it's the third or fourth most populous city. And I thought Phoenix was huge from a geographic standpoint, but man, Houston is just ridiculously large. It's dumb. It really is dumb. Okay.
And weird stuff happens here. Like, what was it, a week or two ago? That semi was in a high-speed chase with like 20 police cars.
Well, let's not say high speed. I don't know if you saw this, Julie, but or anyone, but in Houston, someone, it was a truck driver, an 18-wheeler. He led police on a chase. I don't want to call it high speed because it looked like he was going 30 miles an hour for most of it. For like 2.5 hours. He started in one end of Houston and then ended up like
just around the corner from us.
The town over next to us, which is a tiny town just like ours, or it used to be. He ended up they took his wheels out and he was driving on rims for about an hour, and then I guess he ran out of gas and they finally stopped him in a neighborhood, no less.
Yeah, right outside of their clubhouse. And if you saw, and I guess, I mean, it was around some of the people's houses too, but when you saw the news out there, like, you could just see people sitting on their front porch, like, trying to catch what's going on. It was bizarre, though, seeing the videos of it.
It's a 1/4 inch seam on all of these, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it was silly. So for this, I just line it up with this black line, right? And then, so the edge of the foot?
Yeah, the edge of the foot.
Okay. Welcome, Ian. That is like the greatest opening line ever. Ian asked me if I was doing another line. Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't even click in my head that sounded bad, because I knew what you were saying, but yeah.
Well, because you know I don't.
Once it gets said over and over, it's like this is a whole different live situation going on here.
Yeah. Okay, we did that one. And...
Is it stressing you out?
No, what's stressing me out is just making sure I'm doing it right. So, right sides together. Okay, hold on, I gotta figure this out. How's this work? How am I going to do this?
What are you trying to do, babe?
Oh, I want to try and figure it out myself because I feel like this is a stupid problem to have. Okay, so this goes here, then this needs to get sewn the 1/4 inch seam, so that needs to go like that. See, I figured it out.
You were stressing me out.
Well, you know. Thank you for my watching my beautiful mind moment trying to figure this out. Vicky, there's not a single place on the planet that I would rather drive than Houston. We've driven in Atlanta a couple times. It's not fun, but it is much better than Houston, in my opinion. Dallas is the same way. Downtown Dallas is a horrific mess, and I would never want to drive there. But once you get outside of downtown, Dallas is fine. Houston, unfortunately, it doesn't matter if you're... Houston has like 3 or 4 different major areas, right? There's downtown, there's the Loop, there's Memorial City, there's the Energy Corridor. So each of those areas just gets ridiculous with all the stupid loops that go around Houston. So you're never out of the garbage. You're just always in it. And it's so ridiculous.
Yes, Julie, I will still be going live on Saturday. It's like a rare weekend where I don't have anything planned. So, and then my husband and both my kiddos have their own things going on, so I'll just be able to sew for a few hours. I don't know how long I will stay on. My plan is to get on at 9 a.m. Central and then stay on till noon. But I haven't been live by myself in a while, so I don't know if I'll just freak out and be like, this is too much.
There you go. That's...
Ooh, that was dangerous.
Let's see.
So is this the bottom? The bottom?
That is
the tree bottom?
very bottom. Yes. So then I need 2 half-square triangles. Like that. And I need my 16, so it's probably this one. Oops, wrong way.
So another question we had was, if you won $10 million, what would you do with it? I don't know if I told you that was the question that I put on, so I don't know if you had time to even think about what you would...
So, Katie, I lived in Denver for a couple years. What I remember about Denver traffic was it wasn't bad. I do remember thinking that people were overconfident when it was really, like when the roads weren't in great condition. Sometimes I remember going around and driving, and I try to be cautious when I drive. So it'll be after an ice storm, and I'll be going, 50 miles an hour on the freeway, and I see people zoom by at 80 miles an hour. I'm like, what are you thinking? So I don't remember it being really crowded, but I do remember thinking that on days when you shouldn't be driving like that due to the conditions, people were just going crazy. And I guess it's that feel of overconfidence of, oh, I've lived here my whole life, I know how to drive. And it's like, yeah, but ice is different. You can't see it half the time. And when you hit it at that speed, you're going to hit something else too. So
Sean said he'd be a full-time content creator if he won $10 million. So I have to know, Sean, would there be any part of it that you would start outsourcing? Like, would you have somebody come film, edit, things like that, or would you do it all yourself still? Well, I think you do all that stuff yourself. And then Candace said she'd travel the world.
So, Sean, also to build on my wife's question, what exactly? I assume quilting content, but is there something else that you would do as well? Because that would be interesting.
So I would want to buy property somewhere where we could put like in a warehouse type situation for all of our slide locks, stuff like that. Still do that, all that. But I've always, and I think I told you about it, that I've always had a dream. I don't feel like here in the United States we do enough to, I don't like the way we help people get back on their feet if something happens. I think it would be awesome to open up like a home where people could, not really a home, I guess, like an apartment thing where people could come and live, but while they're there, sign up to learn a trade. Like you get together with people in the community who own their own businesses like plumbing or electricians or things like that, and people can go work with them to learn that skill, that trade, so that they can get a job that's always in demand if they fall in hard times.
Yeah, I will echo that in this, because we've talked about that.
Yeah, because I've told you that I would love to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, I would buy us some land in probably South Dakota, because there's a lot of land there, and it's not populated very much. It's centrally located, which is nice in the U.S. And I like that area. And there's no taxes, which is also
there's taxes, just not state
tax.
There's
no state income tax. There's also no business tax. They don't tax any business.
Oh yeah, you were
income.
telling me that. I forget about that.
So we buy some land, get a warehouse, and then so two parts. One is we've talked about that before. Of in America, for whatever reason, and it's not just America. There's a lot of countries that have problems with this, but in my mind, the best way to help someone is to give them something that will last them a lifetime. Like, you can give someone $100,000 and it probably changes their life, but it's not going to change the decisions they make. Maybe you can't change the way people think, but I would love, rather than giving someone just money, like, hey, I'll pay for your housing. I'm going to help you figure out what it is you want to do. And I think trades are the best thing right now because they're in demand. Whether you want to be a truck driver, an electrician, a plumber, a welder, whatever it is, pay for someone to live for free, go get training for free, and then they can hopefully support themselves and their family. And then they can continue to contribute to the economy. And if we had $10 million, we could do that for 10, 20 people. And hopefully they would, at some point when they have an opportunity, do the same. And then you start a cycle. So that I think would be cool.
Amy, I live all year for when it just gets a little cold here in Texas. I do not heat well. I am crabby in the summer here. It is a situation. My feet swell. I complain all the time. I don't know how my husband puts up with me in the summer.
That has nothing to do with the heat.
We blame it on the heat, though.
But you do. Yeah, this isn't going to work.
Funny.
I should have thought more about how these were all going to fit together, but I'm not going to be able to do what I want. So I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, you have to, babe. That's how this goes.
Yeah, I know.
It's like how you tell me with my quilts when I point out something.
Okay, sorry, I'm just catching up with what everyone's saying. Becca said she wouldn't quit her job, and then she's like, oh, 10 million, okay, yeah, I'm quitting. Moved to a large studio space and finally have enough room to spread out, and an adjoining fabric storage room. I like that. Closer to the grandkids. A quilt retreat facility. That sounds awesome, James. Katrina has good plans. She would secure her retirement and share the rest with family and friends. Sean said it would all be quilting related. That's also right. Like, Sean, I think sometimes you just need to go and figure it out as you go, because I feel like trying to plan some things just doesn't work. If you've got a passion, just go for it and hope it works out, and hope for the best. Divided between she and her brothers. That's awesome. I like Bambi. She'd buy some land, build a house, give some money to her kids, and just chill.
Yeah.
It is cold in South Dakota, Amy, but I love the cold. I can't stand the heat. I lived in the Middle East for about 2 years, and It gets very hot there. It also, actually, surprisingly, I think a lot of people don't realize it gets really cold in the winters, depending on where you are. Like oppressively cold if all you have is a damn tent. But yeah, I'm done with the heat. I would live in Antarctica if they had cell service and internet.
Christina, you seriously have to come, because I thought the humidity was bad in Florida, but it is a whole other thing here in Houston, the Houston area. Amy's right. And we've been here in the Houston area in the summer when it's really, really bad. But even if because we've gone over to Dallas when it was still summer, and it was so much nicer there than, I don't know what it is.
There's a weird confluence here in Houston that makes it worse. We actually, one of the people that lives in our little area, he just moved from Florida, and he was complaining about how much worse. He literally just came from Florida, or actually where we used to live, in Tampa, and was complaining nonstop about how much worse it is here than it is in Florida, which we agree with. And Amy, I've been in South Dakota in the summer, and yeah, it gets hot. It can get up into the high 90s, but the heat in South Dakota is so very different than the heat in Texas, or honestly, really Florida. I think it's just different there. And one of the things that I remember thinking, oh, this isn't so bad. It would get 95 at night, or excuse me, during the day in South Dakota, but it would get down to the 70s in the evening. Here, it'll be, 105 in the day, and it'll get down to like 91 at night. So it never gets cold, and you can never open the windows. Like, we literally opened the windows in our house for the first time since winter ended, like last week, maybe?
Summer, you mean?
No, well, since winter ended, because I'm sure we had the windows open in February.
I get what you're.
But yeah, but we couldn't have any of the windows open today because it was back in the 80s. It's like, what are we doing? It's November, middle of November, and I can't have the windows in my house open because it's too hot outside. Horrible.
And this was our live where we complained about the weather in Texas.
Yeah. I probably missed you, life so busy, but I'm sorry that you have to go back to work, but I hope you have a good night. Yeah, Jane, Jane says she'd invest until meeting with me to advise on what to do. Blog cam. I'm actually very good. So I'm not a licensed investment advisor, but the last three stocks that I've told people to invest in have gone up like 3 or 4x. Luckily, I've invested in them too, so that's good. But I really enjoy trying to find good picks using my own little algorithms. And
because he loves math.
Well. I do. I love math. It's like my favorite thing. Jonna, I love Mike Rowe too. I think that he's got it right? Teaching people hard work and skills that are in demand. And I hate that there's such a stigma nowadays regarding, needing to have a college education and that trades are beneath people, because my son is literally a genius. Like, we had to get them IQ tested when they were younger for school purposes, and he literally scored off the charts. Like, because when you're 6, there's only so high you can score, and there were like 3 or 4 areas in which he capped out. They couldn't rate him any higher, and those were mostly like math and science and such. But he wants to be a welder or possibly a diesel engine mechanic, and I'm totally fine with that because he'll always have work. He won't have to go into $100,000 in debt to go to college, and it's something he's interested in. And I know a lot of people that I either work with or know as a result of professional relationships that would never allow their children to do anything but go to college. And I find it very odd because I can't tell you how many people I know that have college degrees that spend $100,000 on them and work at Starbucks or have dead-end jobs they hate and can't get anywhere close to paying their loans back because they chose degrees that don't allow them to do anything other than say, would you like fries with that? So I'll get off my soapbox because that's not what you guys are here for. But yeah, I think blue-collar work is the best. I have not been in South Dakota when it's been 110 plus KD. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but that would be 110 wherever you are sucks.
Yeah.
So
there's a point when it's just hot, no matter what, whether there's humidity, whether there's...
Yeah, and James is talking about the heat in Utah being nice because it's dry. Yeah, I love Vegas. Go to Vegas. I was in Vegas a couple years ago in July. It was 110 degrees, but it wasn't oppressive. It was hot. Like, you're sweating for sure, but I didn't feel like I couldn't breathe, and I didn't feel like I needed to shower the minute I got outside. So,
Yeah, we definitely need people in all professions, but I feel like not everybody can be a doctor or not everybody can be something fancy. We need people in all professions, and people should like hopefully be able to find something that fits their passion. And I don't know, I'd hate for either of my kids to go into a job just because they think that's what they're supposed to do, like go to college and get a certain job. Like, hopefully you can find something in a field that you love. And if they have to go to college for it, that's fine, but...
yeah. Ian is hilarious. I should start watching more of his videos and such. And I mean it because he said was the night before Christmas and all through the house the AC was running because we live in the South. That is 100% correct.
Ian's really funny. Him and
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be on Becca's Live Friday because he was up visiting Becca. I don't know if he still is or not, but they're really funny together too.
Yeah, I enjoyed what I was watching the other day. Yeah, Amy, I in my legal practice, I have represented numerous doctors. I do a lot of stuff for professionals, doctors, accountants, things like that, engineers, and I've represented a handful of doctors in cases unrelated to medical practice, mostly contract issues. In Texas, there's some very interesting laws regarding non-competes for doctors, and I just happen to be very good at those issues. But some of the stories I have been told are just horrendous. And I had a case, I can't really get into details because it's an ongoing thing with the federal government, and it's really sad. But the point is, in that particular case, we did an investigation. I do a lot of investigative work, and long story short, there were people that were essentially surgeons, nationally or world-renowned surgeons in a very particular type of surgery, were billing for a bunch of surgeries that they never actually performed, and instead of performing the surgeries, which were life-saving, or in many cases these people died because the doctors weren't there, the surgeons were having medical students do the surgery, and they were just out to lunch. Like, there was one, I remember, where, like, the doctor was literally at a movie theater, couldn't possibly have been in the surgical room, while a third-year medical student was doing a very, very specialized type of surgery that they had no business doing, and the patient died. So there are a lot of people who should not be doctors, and there's a lot of people who should not be attorneys. There's a lot of people who shouldn't do whatever it is they do. It's just, unfortunately, if you're a plumber who shouldn't be a plumber, the worst that's going to happen is someone's pipes get clogged. If you're a doctor and you shouldn't be a doctor, then there's much more severe consequences, and it's sad that that happens. So, yeah. So, oh, good. He's still there, and he'll be there on Friday. Friday, what am I doing? Do I have anything on Friday?
Yeah, you're going to be busy.
Oh, that's right. I won't. Yeah, that sucks.
I know your schedule better than me.
You do.
I didn't even think about that whenever I was telling you that they might be on the live together, because it's just a different weekend than we normally have.
Yeah.
There's always the replay.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to have any time this weekend. Which is fine.
You are booked. You are busy. And I get to sew all weekend.
Okay. So, look at that. That's not so bad. Looks pretty good. So I got this piece, that piece, that piece. I'm going to finish this one and then I'm just going to talk because I feel like I'm not talking as much as I would like, and I am.
And that's your favorite part of the live.
I know.
Is chatting with everyone.
Absolutely is. No questions asked. Yeah, so I have this. It's a funny. Well, maybe it's not a funny story, but part of what I did as an attorney a couple years ago, I did legal consulting, where it was all tax based. I can practice in tax court, and there are some weird, funky tax things that happen with small businesses. And I had a client who was being investigated by the IRS for a tax issue. It was past the audit stage, and it was garbage. But long story short, my clients were 3 guys who went to high school together. They all dropped out. So they were, I'm not going to say what my age is, but they were about 10 years older than me. And they had all dropped out of high school when they were in 10th grade. And they, one of the guys' dads, I think it was a plumber. I think it was his dad. Maybe it was his uncle. But so they all went to go work for the plumber. And they learned how to do it, and they all became plumbers. Fast forward like 7 years later, the 3 of them collectively realized there was some problem with your typical ball valve in a toilet. And so they developed a new valve to be used in toilets, and they patented it, and they sold it for like $50 million. So you get 3 high school dropouts that do a trade, that created something, and they didn't drop out because they were dumb. They just hated school. And apparently they had someone who could teach them a trade. So they have no high school education. Well, I guess they had 2 years, didn't graduate, but tons of money. And they continue to develop new products and still do to this day. And so they'll never hurt for money. And people would still look down on them because they were plumbers. And it's like, yeah, but he's got like 3 houses and a Ferrari. And he can buy more if he wants. So, because when we got to the stage where we had to deal with the IRS, and we had to go into their office, and we had to do a whole bunch of stuff. And the way these IRS agents treated them was so ridiculous because the case revolved around a technological advancement credit that the IRS allows in some cases, and these guys did a bunch of R&D, and they took this credit, which enabled them to save $300,000 on their taxes or whatever it was. And the IRS is like, basically, I'm not even joking, in the case, and they don't really call it a trial. It's like this weird administrative process the IRS has, but during it, the IRS basically said, you guys didn't even graduate high school, so there's no way you could have actually created what you claim to have created. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, look, guy, you don't even, like, you're a government employee who is getting paid by the government to investigate U.S. citizens who do good things, and you're sitting here judging these people simply because they don't have a high school diploma. It's like, get out of here. Like, their name's on a patent, which, oh, by the way, was issued by the same government that you work for. Like, the fact that they got a patent tells you that they know what they're doing. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just, it frustrates me when people look down on others because of the job they have. A couple years, well, this is 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I don't remember when it was. We lived in Michigan, and we were at Somerset Mall, which is like the biggest mall in the Detroit area, or the fanciest or whatever. And we're in the Apple store, and I'm talking to a guy who, he was like, I don't know, 70 years old, and he was working in the Apple store. And
oh, I remember you telling me about that one.
Right. He's working a job where he's getting paid, whatever, $15 an hour to basically to put your name on a list and then tell you when someone's ready to help you, right? A lot of people probably judged this guy and was like, yeah, he just needs the money, he's probably poor, blah, blah. So I talked to this guy because I'm waiting around, as you always do in the Apple store. And he's a retired patent attorney who had his own firm and was doing this because he enjoyed talking to people. And I'm like, there's a lot of people out there. I don't know that a lot of people work at the Apple store for that reason, but I'm sure there's someone who works at a place that people think is beneath, the average person, and they're doing it because they enjoy it, right? A plumber, an electrician, someone at a fast food place, whatever it is. And it's just frustrating that they get judged. I'm talking way too much about stuff that probably doesn't need to be talked about. Yeah, Somerset Collection. Oh, have you been there? Oh, well, yeah, you're from Sterling Heights, so of course you have. Here we go. I'm glad you're okay, Ian. I take it from what I can glean from here, you fell down the stairs. I don't know Becca well, but did she push you? Because if you do, I know a good personal injury attorney. No, I'm joking. I can't stand personal injury. That stuff bothers me. Let's see.
Julie had
Hey,
mentioned
Terry.
how she's a truck driver and has done that. But I wanted to say that's something that our son had talked about too, because he loves the idea of being able to travel all over.
Who's this now?
Hunter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our son is interested in being a trucker because he loves...
He loves the idea of seeing a lot of different places, and then he also has the idea that he can go to all the different theme parks because he loves roller coasters, that he can go drop stuff off there, like travel, drop stuff off, go to somewhere near a theme park and see them all.
Yeah, he's obsessed with that sort of stuff. Can you sew your own 2 feet? I could probably come up with a way to do it, Ian. But no, you can't. Now, I'm sure you could find an attorney who would. I feel
like there's been some weird lawsuits like that too.
In California in the early 2000s, there was an attorney who took a case for a child, a teenager, who sued his own parents because they gave him a curfew or something like that. And it's like, there's no legal cause of action there, but some attorney took the case, and they lost. Got laughed out of court.
I know some parents sued her 2 kids because she wanted them to move out because they weren't moving, like they were over the age of 18.
That seems reasonable. There's an actual legal cause of action there. But suing your parents because they took your phone away is not.
How much are Ian's feet worth, though? How much could he get from them? But then he would have to lose his feet, wouldn't he? I don't know.
I don't know. That's funny, though. Okay, so what was our third question? Oh, Becca, you had asked, and I'm sorry. I forgot. This was the new item of decor, Becca. You had asked a couple minutes ago, and I forgot. It's something I made because I thought it would look cool. And
there's another.
Yeah.
That's not. If we put them in our shop to sell, that wouldn't be the one we put in there. We did a quilt block too.
Yeah, I did a quilt block too.
And y'all should let us know in the comments, what would you like to see on one? Would you like funny little quilty sayings on it? Do you like the quilt block idea?
Yeah, I can put anything, really. Anything that I can design, at least. Which should be almost anything.
And then we also have the seam rippers that are going to be added to the shop.
That's exactly right, Terry. I know a lot of people who do things that don't need to work, but do things because they like to.
See if I can show what you got done. So, I don't know if it'll show up. Is it showing up on the screen? He has 3 rows.
I can't tell because I can't.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I'm going the wrong way.
You need to come court.
Well, that's not working. I need to put them on. But I'm hopefully the bottom portion of the tree is...
Friday the 13th is her favorite day.
Oh, a vintage sewing machine on it would look cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've got one. I can probably... Well, it is sort of similar.
Yeah, it sort of looks like the one that I put on my logo.
Yeah, I can figure out how to do that, probably. Alexandra, I probably will do custom orders for those. It's just figuring out when to slot the time in, but as long as they're, obviously it's easier if I put, Alexandra's sewing room or something, or Alexandra's sewing room or something like that. If there's an image, I would just have to see it because if I have to reformat it and do all that, then I can. It just takes a bit more time.
Thank you for stopping by, Bambi.
Yes. Thank you, Bambi. Enjoy. I don't know what game, but hopefully it's a good one.
Oh, yeah. What game would it?
it could be basketball. I don't think there's no football right now that I know of. Yeah, John, I'm the same way. Even if I had hundreds of millions of dollars, I don't know that I could just do nothing. I just always have to be doing something. So I don't know that I'd be out at an Apple store talking to people because that's sort of my nightmare. But I would be doing something. I could work at like a wood shop. I'd be fine with that. Selling wood to people and talking about projects.
You have to work for the Innocence Project for me so I can be all involved in it.
No, I'm not into criminal law stuff. I don't like it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I know.
It's a great thing, and I'm glad that the Innocence Project exists.
And that people do.
I don't want to be involved in any of that. Because there's no, like, even if you win...
I know, it's still sad because they were in prison for like 20 years for no reason.
It means you found cops who were purposely not doing their job or being ignorant of their job. Or you found prosecutors who were clowns. Or
It's just crazy to me reading those stories. Because all of them are like, how did this person even get convicted through a jury of their peers? Like, how did that, with no evidence, did you?
Because, as we were talking about earlier, there are some people who should not be doctors. There are doctors who graduate at the bottom of their class. There are way too many people that get into law school that should never be lawyers, and they graduate at the bottom of the class, and it takes them 7 times to pass the bar. Like, those are the people that are taking those cases or being prosecutor or that are prosecutors.
Did you see what Ian said?
Yes, Alexandra, I can easily put a name on there. That's an easy one to do. That's awesome, Katina. Congratulations on your retirement. I do like talking about wood, Ian. I could talk wood all day long. Big, little, thick, you name it.
You're going to get me demonetized.
Tell you what my favorite wood is. How to oil it properly.
I'm going to turn this stream off and end it right now.
I'd buy a farm and raise Highland cows. So, Candace, I don't know a lot about bovines. What is a Highland cow, and how is it different than like a regular cow?
That sounds like something in Ireland.
It does, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard Ian snort, and I wish I could hear it. It's so funny.
Yeah, so I guess to recap, we will have some new stuff in the shop soon.
The cow that has bangs.
Cow that has bangs.
I can picture that.
Yeah, I don't know. Highland cows. I don't know what Highland cows or big ginger shaggy cows. Hey, I'm a big fan of gingers because when my beard's long, I look like a ginger.
Well, because it is red.
It is very
red mixed with gray.
Kind of looks red right now. I mean, it says there's a lot of red in it. So, yeah. So you'll be on Saturday for a couple hours, or as long as you can go, doing a quilt, right?
Yeah, by myself.
Yep.
So it's going to be a wonky Christmas tree quilt. This is an idea that I've had floating around in my head forever, and it could be a big train wreck mess, and I could cry live and just end it randomly, or it can turn out really good like it looks in my head. So
yes, Vicky, we have the slide locks. They're on our website. You should be able to purchase them there. As far as I know, there shouldn't be any issues.
Yeah, both sizes, the 14 and the 24, should both be in stock on our site.
Yeah, and we're in the room where we keep our stock, and we have plenty of both. So there shouldn't be any issue buying them.
Yeah, so I'll be live Saturday. I don't have any other videos going up this week except for this,
alive. So.
Yeah, we did an interview with the idiot quilter Steven. That's not his name, but Steven the idiot quilter. And it was great fun. He is such a good interviewer. He keeps the pace up. He asks good questions. It was a lot of fun. I think that video posted yesterday.
Yes.
Did you put a link to it in the description?
Not in the description of this, but it is on my community, my community page. So you should be able to find it there.
Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And so, if you have an hour to spare and you want to listen to it, I would definitely give it a listen. We talk about some fun stuff. You'll learn some stuff about us, I think, because we talk about things that we hadn't talked about before.
Yeah, unless he decided to delete any of it.
Yeah,
got weird or something.
How wide is the big slide lock? No, so both of the slide locks are the same width. They're 3.5 inches wide. James says that's how he discovered us. Well, good. Thank you, James.
Yeah, both of them are the 3.5 inches wide. We do have the trim locks that come in different sizes.
Thank you, Becca, for putting up the link to the video with Steven. St. Angelo. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what to expect. Because the last time I got interviewed was for a military magazine, like in 2005. It's
really nerve-wracking being interviewed. I feel like I'm going to say something stupid all the time. And, that's why I prefer the recorded videos where I can edit out when I say something stupid.
Oh, yeah, you can't really do that when someone else is controlling the edits.
I think he did a good job, though. I feel like I didn't say anything stupid.
Stupid as stupid does.
Hopefully you would have, me if I said...
I'm going to let you die and let yourself.
You would, too.
Yeah. So, one question I had is for you guys, what is your favorite part about our lives? Is there something that we could do to make them better? Is there something that we could cut out that you don't like? We really enjoy them because it gives us a sort of chance to de-stress and just sit back and relax. But I'm happy to... We can have more questions. We can have no questions. I'm not going to dance, so don't recommend. Don't even try and do that, or sing because you don't want to hear that. But if there's anything that we could change, please let us know. Yeah, Vicky, Tiffany's great. I like watching her videos too. It's funny. The last video I watched, which was was it yesterday? Day before?
Sunday.
I didn't see her husband in it.
He only goes around there sometime, to help her, if he's pressing for her.
Most of the other videos I've seen, he's always been in
he's always usually behind the camera, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jonah, I didn't know you worked for law firms. Were you a paralegal or a legal assistant, or did you do something else? Were you an attorney? If you were, I'm sorry, because it's a horrible profession.
That's why you have to work for the Innocence Project. It'd be
I'm
much
not
more rewarding.
Work for the Innocence Project. This is never going to happen. My dream legal job would be as a law school professor that moonlights in the entrepreneurial clinic, where I can help students figure out how to start their own businesses.
No, what I think you would really want to do if it had anything to do with the legal thing would be to change everything about
I would change everything about the legal system. It's horrible. The way that we punish people, the way that court systems work, the way that you can sue for ridiculous garbage. Yeah, I would change the entire legal system. I actually, in law school, wrote, and it's a 120-page paper, I think, about how I would change the legal system. Because I took a seminar that was basically about that. And a good friend of mine, my best friend, one of my best friends who also went to law school with me, we have been, for the last 10, 15 years, we've been going back and forth on if we could rewrite the legal system, what would it be like? And I think we have a very good working model. It would never fly because we have a constitution that is very difficult to change. But I would completely get rid of...
some of the stuff's pretty brutal.
Well, look, would you rather spend 10 years in prison, or would you rather just get lashed a whole bunch and then go on your way? Anyway, that's...
I'm going to spit out my water.
So, yeah, it's... Oh, good. Some people said they watched it with Steven and they liked it, so that's good. No, worked in document production services. Awesome, Johnny. Yeah, one of the benefits of work, I've worked for one of the largest law firms in the world, and, it was good in the sense that I only had to focus on the legal stuff, but it was also bad in the sense that I didn't at that time know how to do anything, like, administrative. When I went to work for a smaller boutique, I had to do a lot more stuff, and it's like, hey, I don't know how to file a case. Like, I just didn't know how to do it. I always had someone to file my case. I always had someone to format my documents for me. All I had to do was tell them what needs to be in it, and they would format it for me. So
that seems very lazy.
Well, we literally had, at that law firm, I think we had 500-600 staff that would do everything for us. So it was nice, but it was also sort of like I made it through, 8 or 9 years of being a lawyer before I ever knew how to file a case. Or not even just a case, file a motion. Like, I knew how to write one. I knew how to win one.
But isn't that what you talked about how you would revamp law school, where it's more about, like, how to actually do the job than, like, all this...
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't remember what you called it, but...
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff.
Beat me up and let me go.
Yeah, that's right, so Terry. I don't want to get on a soapbox, but I feel like so many families and individuals are devastated by incarceration, which, look, at the end of the day, some of these people didn't actually do what they're being accused of, and yet they still go to prison.
Well, and it's just silly stuff to be in prison for.
That's absolutely true. There's a lot of stuff that is not prison-worthy. That we just there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it, private prisons and money, and it's all about money. But, I just feel like, look, if you do something really bad, then you probably deserve to be punished, but let's punish you in a single day, make it so bad that you never want to get hurt again, and then you go on your way. You can go get a job, and no one's going to judge you because of whatever it is. And if you do it again, then you're going to get punished again, and it's going to be worse. But that's just me. Who knows?
Everyone's like, you should just stick to sewing and playing with wood.
Yeah, Candace. So I practice almost exclusively federally. I've never really done state court work. It's just not, this sort of things, in the areas in which I practice are not state. It's all federal stuff. But yeah, federal criminal cases, look, if you get indicted federally, you're going to jail. Like, the federal prosecutors are required to maintain a certain level of wins, and so they don't bring cases unless they're going to win. Now, a lot of those settle out, but... yeah, it's an interesting system. It's a horrible system, nonetheless. So, started out in 1974, keeping track of attorney time and billing on index cards.
Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
well, obviously I'm not 60, and I'm not saying you are, Jonna, but like when I started practicing law, computers were a huge thing. I can't imagine. Right, like today I was researching something for a case, and I was able to go on Westlaw and pull up, I'm not even joking, I think I looked at 30 different cases in about an hour, all because I could just type in some terms. I can't even imagine what I would had to have done before computers existed, right? You go into the law library, you pick up a book, and you try and find cases. Like, that's horrific. It's probably why we're in the situation we are now, because back in the day, attorneys didn't have all the information they needed to practice appropriately. So. Oh, and then So Terry coming in with the timber. That is amazing. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Okay, well. Hey, again, email address is info@sobeitquilts. I think I mentioned this 2 lives ago, but we have made a concerted effort to try to eat more at home and make all our own meals, which works well because she's a great cook. I'm a decent cook. So we're able to we have the skills, but we run out of recipes sometimes. And as much as I like fried rice, you don't want to have fried rice 3 times a week.
Why not? It's really good.
It is really good. But so to the extent that any of you have like recipes that you love that you think we should try, please email them to us at info@sobeitquilts, because I would love to find new recipes. And my wife does a very good job about searching and finding. Like, she found a really good apple cider chicken that I thought did not sound good, but was delicious.
It was really good. I made that Monday. It was so... Even Hunter really liked it.
Yeah, and he's picky, our son. But if you guys have ideas, then please send it to us, because I would love to try them and do that, because part of it is we live in the middle of nowhere, and so if we want to go eat out, there's only one place that we actually really enjoy, but if it's not that one place, and that place is on a farm, like a mile and a half away, we've got to go 45 minutes to an hour to get to anything that is reasonable.
We would like to eat.
Yeah. And then it's like a 3-hour trip, and it's like, we don't have that amount of time. It's so much easier just to cook in the house ourselves.
Yeah, but it's so many dishes.
Oh, well, happy early birthday, Jonna. She's going to be 70 tomorrow. That is amazing. Congratulations, and hopefully you do something really fun. I don't even celebrate birthdays anymore because we're so busy that we don't have time to do it. But...
Well, and we're really bad at planning stuff.
We are. Funny story, and maybe we've told this before. We've been married 17 years. I don't even know. But there's been 3 or 4 at least anniversaries that we both like. There's been one anniversary for sure we missed, and we didn't even know until the day after. Like, we didn't even know it was our anniversary. But most of the time, we don't realize it's our anniversary until the day of.
That anniversary, it was when we put it in our phone, in the calendar, to recur each year so we'd get reminders.
Yeah, because we completely missed it. Like, that was... But luckily it was both of us. It wasn't just like one of us.
Yeah, that would have been really awkward.
Katina, no real diet restrictions, and even if we have some, we can work around them. I can always figure out how to substitute, but...
We should have diet restrictions.
No, we're not allergic to anything that we know of.
Well, Hunter's
he's a peanut allergy.
He has a peanut allergy, but most dishes, if there's a peanut, there's other stuff you can put in the way of it to keep the...
Oh, good jeez. Ian is hilarious.
You have a new bestie now?
I do. Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. We should celebrate. So anytime you have a birthday, let us know. We'll, announce it in the chat. That's awesome.
But we will not remember next year. Sorry.
No, sorry, John. We are not good at dates. I don't even remember my birthday half the time. My kids have to remind me when my birthday is.
Well, and we got married on a date so that we could try and remember the date, and we still forget the date.
Yeah. Yeah, we chose a date that had specific meaning to both of us. More you than me. But, and we still don't remember it. Right? Like, we might as well... Maybe if we'd gotten married on, New Year's Day or Christmas or something like that, we would have remembered, but I'm not even sure we would. We'd just be more concerned about Christmas than our anniversary. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just not our style. But that's why we work so well together. It'd be really bad if one of us really cared and the other one didn't. That would not be a good mix for everyone. Let's see.
Anything else? I don't know.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, not really.
No, just coming up. The only thing I have really planned is the live on Saturday. He will not be here, so the entertainment will be gone. You'll be stuck with just me. But we'll try to make it fun.
Well, I think you have a good idea for what you're going to do. So, and I'm trying to think of where I'm going to be if I'll be able to watch.
You know what the idea is, and it should come together nice. It just could be a mess. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, happy belated birthday, Joan. She turned 70 on the 7th. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, if I'm around, if I have the ability to watch, I'll probably come and comment.
Pick on me?
Yeah,
Make
probably.
me uncomfortable?
Um,
I'll have to block you from my channel for the time.
Oh, that'd be funny. Okay, well, everyone.
We're going to head to bed. We're tired. Well,
yeah.
I'm tired. I don't know if you're tired, but I'm tired.
Yeah, it was a long day today. A lot of research stuff going on.
I know I did stuff today, but I don't remember what any of it was. I think I packed a lot of orders this morning is what I did.
So Katina, yes, this is the Juki 1181. It is a full industrial machine, and there is an oil reservoir in it. This is like such a great machine. It's literally bulletproof. I'm pretty sure if I shot this, it would just bounce back.
It's so heavy to move.
It is heavy. It's hundreds of pounds, but it is a really good machine. I actually really like this one too.
I should do that on a live one day is sew a bag. Because I want to sew a bag again.
So be it.
You're so dumb.
Happy birthday, or also belated birthday, Deidre. A lot of birthdays in November. Well, both of our mom's birthdays November 3rd. Did you call your mom and say happy birthday? Oh, that's hilarious.
You're the one who usually reminds me.
Oh, that's
That
funny.
is so far past there. I am
You're
a horrible
about
daughter.
2 weeks late. That's hilarious.
Oh no.
That is amazing. So Deidre, Jonna, and Joan all celebrated birthdays or will be celebrating birthdays this month. So congratulations, all of you.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
I can't even call her right now because she's in bed.
Yeah. You're gonna have to wait till tomorrow and be like, hey,
And I'll forget by tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome. Dallas area. You know, Katina, there's a place called Gold. I think it's called Gold or Gold Sewing, and they're based in Chicago. He is the guy that owns the company is the nicest guy. You may be able to reach out to him and find out if there's anyone in your area, in the Dallas area, that services Jukis. The Gold Sewing in Chicago, I think they're one of the largest Juki dealers. So you probably know someone in your area that can help you out with that. So hopefully that will help you. Jonna's son just turned 49 on November 3rd, same date as your mom. I bet she called her son and said happy birthday.
But so here's the thing. The reason I am the way I am with dates and not caring a whole bunch about like anniversaries and birthdays is because of my mom. So she would completely understand.
And James is I don't know what he's turning, but his birthday's on the 28th. Well, I've got something going on the 28th. I just don't remember what. I remember looking at my calendar and I have something going on.
Is that Thanksgiving?
No. I don't know what it is, but
She said
of numbers. A lot of people's parents were bored in February, January.
Jesus.
That's New Year, like celebrating New Year's resolutions.
Oh, this really took a turn this live.
Yeah. So, yeah. We should have. We already had a question about Thanksgiving. I'm just trying to think of what we could ask next time. So, all right, everyone. Well, yeah, James, my birthday was Easter one year. I don't remember how old I was, but my birthday was on Easter one day as a child, and I think it'll be again, maybe when I'm like 85 or 83. I don't remember now. Not that it matters, but that's my claim to fame. I had an Easter birthday once. Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving really next Thursday?
Yes.
A week from tomorrow? Man, that's nuts.
We haven't planned anything either.
No, I got that smoked turkey we're gonna do.
And that's all we're gonna have.
Yeah, we're just gonna have smoked turkey. No, we need to. Well, we'll do the green beans.
Well, you don't need to plan it on here. They don't
Yeah,
care what
okay.
we're gonna have.
I think a lot of us born in November were Valentine's Day babies. Very, very possible.
Oh yeah, we don't do Valentine's either, so I didn't think about that.
We have never celebrated Valentine's Day. Ever.
Mm-mm.
No. It is what it is. We don't really.
The only holiday we really celebrate is Christmas. I mean, we'll do food for Thanksgiving, but we don't really go big with it. But
no, and
in our kids' birthdays, we do it's getting lighter and what we do. Yeah, we always take them out. Yeah, we always take them out to wherever they want to go to dinner, get them gifts. Last year, we didn't really do a lot of gifts with Lorelai because she wanted to go on a trip. But
that her gift was going on the trip.
But yeah, really, Christmas is the only thing we.
Yeah, I mean,
we did fun stuff with the kids for Easter when they were smaller, because they wanted to do stuff.
Find eggs and such. Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I would like to enjoy 4th of July. But
you're never gonna enjoy.
I can't deal with fireworks. The loud noise is a problem for me. And it doesn't matter where we move. We can live in communities or in our the town that we live in outlaws fireworks. Now, just because they're outlawed doesn't mean anything. They still let them go on, and no one ever gets punished. The same thing with where we lived before. They were not allowed, and they still happened. So I don't have a problem with fireworks generally. I don't like loud explosions when I don't know they're going to happen.
Yeah, you're fine when we've gone to see them on purpose.
If I go to a show where I know they're going to be, it's fine. But if they're just happening out of the nowhere, it's a big problem for me. But I would like to celebrate that holiday because it's a good holiday. It's a military thing. Veterans Day I love because it's, we should remember them, but we don't do anything for it. Marine Corps birthday, again, love that one, but we don't do anything for it.
You like Pi Day?
I love Pi Day.
We tried to have our son born on Pi Day.
We did. We got to choose, so our son, anyway, his delivery had to be scheduled, and I was trying to get the doctor to schedule on Pi Day, but she was on vacation, so we couldn't do it on Pi Day, but we got it close.
Yeah, he was like, did he say it was too early or that he was
I think
out
it would
of town?
have been
I don't remember.
No, she was on vacation, but she said it would have been too early anyway, because he was delivered at 38 weeks, and so he would have been, 37 weeks if we had done it on Pi Day. Which
I couldn't remember what exactly it was, but...
Yeah, no, because I had asked, and she's like, well, that's too early, but even if it weren't, I'm going to be on vacation. I was like, okay, well. And our daughter, I'm sure many of you who have had children have experienced this. You have a doctor that's supposed to be your doctor, and then when you finally go into labor, your doctor's not available for some reason because he's either doing something else or he or she's on vacation because it's not scheduled, right? It just happens when it happens. So we really liked this doctor that we had for our son, and we definitely wanted her to be the one, and so it was we got to schedule it, and we knew that we could be on her schedule for when it was going to happen. So that was nice.
She was really good because with the second time around, I knew more to advocate for myself and what I wanted for the delivery, and they really made everything happen. So I was really, really happy with that.
It was a lot better.
Yeah, my son, because he was born via C-section, he'd still never left my side, which typically they do because of everything. But, they had a nurse who knew when to be there that kept him with me the whole time. So it was a much better experience, but.
Yes, I love cornbread dressing. People keep talking about cornbread dressing, and it's getting me hungry.
Yeah, we should get going, though, because we're on much longer than we thought we would be.
Sorry, everyone. We don't mean to drone on. Thank you so much for joining us, for watching me do this. And Vicky, if you're still here, thank you for saving me from making a mistake when I was sewing. I appreciate that, because I would have completely made a mistake, and then I would have not known what to do. We will be back next Wednesday, although on Saturday she will be doing a live at 9 a.m. Central, where she's going to... What do you call it? It's not scrappy.
It's I'm going to be sewing a scrappy, wonky Christmas tree quilts. It's hopefully going to be really nice or a big mess. Either way, it's going to happen, so...
So everyone, thank you so much. If you were one of the people who received a prototype, please... I put a handwritten note in all of the packages, so if you get one and you can't read... my handwriting, which is very possible. Basically, all it says is please send your feedback to info@sovietquilts. Or maybe I put the other address. It may have been the other email address. But point is, if you get a prototype, please email me with your feedback so I know whether or not it's a good idea or not. And
Becca did get one of the types that was sent out. So if you're curious about what it is, it's going to pop up in her live on Friday. So be sure to catch it.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and I guess we will see you. I'll see you on Wednesday and maybe on Saturday if I have time to.
You'll be in the chat, maybe.
Maybe. I just don't know if
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to. But
All right. Bye. Have a good night.